both grew up in little teeny towns, so when we moved to Pocatello, this was big town to us. This area is a strong Latter-day Saints population, right? Just good people. Just a good place to live.
Pocatello, we call it Pokey. It's just a very small community. It's home. It's home to us, and it's kind of shaped us and given us our character. And it's one of those places you find your fun. You go out and you do whatever you want to do. You get to be a kid when you're a kid and kind of create.
So growing up, we did a lot of camping. We rode motorbikes, rode horses, we hunt, fish, all that outdoorsy stuff that this great state of Idaho that has to offer.
I remember Taysom and my older brother Dexter, they actually taught me how to ride my motorcycle. But he had a little 100.
And we're riding along, and Dex cuts across. He was a heck of a rider, Dex was, and he cut across, went up on this little ridge line, and Tace was following me. And he looked over there and saw Dex and said, I'm going to go follow Dex instead of Dad. So he heads over there, and I knew there was a wash down in that draw, and all you could see was Tace going through that tall grass, his helmet, and he dumps that bike in there. The bike's on top of him down in that wash. Pull him up, dust him off, and away we go again. He was just a competitor.
We're a blue-collar town. We're a big-time football town. And we don't have much else to do, so our sports are everything.
Taysom and I, we would always go outside with my older brother Dexter, and he would draw routes on the palm of his hand, and we would run them. And gosh, Tace would always beat me. Even when he was young. He's 3 years younger than me.
We always had a ball on our hand, playing catch, that sort of thing. And so they just kind of grew up with sports. You know, like I say, it's competitive around here. And so there was teams that would want him to be on their team, and they had traveling teams that would go around and play different areas. And he was one of those young kids that got picked up on these older teams to play. And you would think he was that same age.
I was actually in 6th grade when he was in 5th grade, and we were on an AAU traveling basketball team. He got food poisoning. He would leave in the middle of a possession to go over to the garbage can or to run to the bathroom, but he always came back to finish. I was getting wheezy and I wasn't even sick. His will to win it's up there with the best of them.
Taysom was in my football camps as a youth player. I think started in 4th or 5th grade, and got to see him progress and watch him through youth football. And when I knew that he was going to be coming to Highland, you know, I took a special interest, and he was usually probably about a grade ahead of everybody else, physically and athletic ability, and so he was fun to watch.
And he absolutely loved football. That's what his brothers did, so they passed a lot down.
I think football just slowly became his passion, but my 2 older brothers, they love football as well. And I think it just kind of was the family thing for them to do. And
so when we brought him up, we had a senior quarterback who'd been a 3-year starter, and so we put him at some receiver, and he was rotating with a senior wideout, and 2 games in, he took the position. You know, man versus zone versus, you know, bump coverage, all those things you get to see from a different perspective, and it helps. And I think that's invaluable as a player and as a quarterback, because you understand some of the things that they're trying to talk to you about, and you can make those adjustments.
GINO MARIANI is an awesome guy. He's a wonderful coach, and he's someone who is famous in Pocatello. He's a local celebrity. He's a teacher at Highland High School, and of course, football coach extraordinaire. And it was really wonderful to watch he and Taysom develop a relationship that in Taysom's senior year in 2008 took them to the state title game together, where they won it all.
So they put him in as receiver and did fantastic. Back in, of course, the next year he was quarterback. Yeah, in fact, he went down to a BYU football camp, and he had been playing receiver that entire year. Went down there in the quarterback camp and was the top quarterback in the camp. So I think there's good knowledge in that. He kind of learned routes. Now he's the one throwing the ball. So you see there's a lot of development there. So I think all of it contributed to where he's at today.
Friday night was football night. the whole town, just everybody gets all rallied up and they go, and they're very supportive. That's one thing I do like about Pocatello is it's a very supportive community.
We have a good highlight today from your home state of Idaho.
Absolutely, and actually it's the Highland High School Rams. They won the state championship of the state of Idaho, but I loved this play. The Tim Tebow effect in high school. Taysom Hill, the quarterback. Chase Hansen's going to run a post. I wanted you to watch the initial action. They set this up. It's 82 dog. We're going to get an X post. Look at that fake like Tim Tebow.
Oh,
look
nice.
what holds the safety. Now the post is going to come in behind it. But it's that little fake power by the quarterback that freezes the safety. And that is as big a time throw as you would ever see at any level. Watching this kid, Taysom Hill, I was most impressed.
The first time I saw Taysom play in a high school game, I thought this kid is going to be an incredible NFL player. I have never seen someone dominate in all phases of sport. Taysom was amazing at football. He was a phenomenal basketball player. He did the long jump and was great at it. He was a wonderful teammate on the relay teams running track and field. It just seemed like that there was nothing he couldn't do. And I figured all of those skills would absolutely translate to Sundays. If there's someone from here and they go on and do great things, people here take great pride in that person and in that venture. We're not Texas or Florida or anywhere in the South where football's big, but football is still king here and sports in general.
And when the Saints picked him up and going with Drew Brees in that organization, I was just like, wow, this is going to be special.
I remember Tace actually talking about Drew Brees when he was younger. And he was like, Drew Brees is a good player. I like his style of quarterback or something. I remember him talking about Drew Brees way back.
We have absolutely loved it in the community. Almost any football fan around the town will watch every Saints game or follow every Saints game just for the fun fact that Taysom's playing.
I just think it was meant to be, because Green Bay had number 8. That was what they had for him, and then he gets to New Orleans and lo and behold, 7 is available, so he's able to take that number, and so it means a lot for Doug and I to see number 7 out there. His older brother, Dexter, that was his number. He played for Dixie College, and at that time he had passed away, and so through Taysom's hardships of fighting his way back from injury, he decided to come back his last year and change his number in honor of Dexter. That was a way he could honor his brother.
Dexter was a quarterback as well. So Dex really kind of taught Taysom his quarterback techniques.
Having to deal with Dexter and the parents, they were just supportive, and they support their kids, which to me is huge, and they brought them up right. They deserve a lot of the credit for, who and what Taysom is today, but he ran with it,
He's always believed in his faith, and he's always stuck true to his faith. It's helped him guide him through his hard times. It's helped him even rough patches in life. And that light at the end of the tunnel, his outlook on life is always a positive outlook. And I think that's what he brings to a team too. No trouble. He gets a lot of it from his dad. His dad's a very strong man. His dad he's as good as man as you'll ever meet.
I think people in this area, they really kind of latch on to their hometown heroes and their hometown stars. And so he's really important because he's a big sense of pride for this area. And he's interesting because he's been a star wherever he's been, whether it was Highland High School or BYU. And he's also overcome a lot in the sense of he's had some season-ending injuries and the death of his brother. So he's kind of blended this superstar with underdog story because he's a quarterback, but he's found in other ways to get onto the field. And I think that resonates with a lot of people around here because a lot of people around here, I think, kind of see themselves as underdogs in the grand scheme of things. So
he's very genuine. It doesn't matter the success he has, whether it's NFL or BYU or Highland High School. He's going to sit down with kids or whoever wants a little bit of attention and talk to people. He's very open. You know, teachers, he's great with other kids that are not in sports. It doesn't matter. He's got what I would call an electric personality. And it's one that people gravitate to just based on how he is, just the way he is. I mean, he can light up a room in a heartbeat. And it's just, and not everybody has it. Not everybody has that where he's good with all types of people. It doesn't matter.
I've been surprised at, just the outpouring everywhere we go. We're so excited. We don't even know the people either, and they know us, but they're all just thrilled and excited for Taysom's success.
It's not going to happen if this offense doesn't get going. The punt is blocked and is recovered at the 29-yard line. Taysom Hill coming up with a huge play for the Saints on special team. He's just going to come from the left side. He's out here on the edge, and that up and under move confuses the blocking scheme of the Bucs special teams, and what a fantastic play. His kid does everything, and he does everything pretty well.
We were actually here watching it. We had friends over that night, and we were like, gosh, the Saints, we've got to get something. Something's got to spark a fire here. And then he did that, and I was so proud of him and just all of his hard work, and he's so unselfish.
It turned the table. It did not look like the same offense that was out there on the field after that block punt. They just dominated. They ruled. There's that love for the game and that desire and that drive, that competitiveness. This isn't going to stop me. And that's how he was growing up. He didn't let those obstacles get in the way. In fact, that they made him stronger. He used that to his advantage. Some it would, divert them or stop them. That was kind of just one of those things that made him even more forceful at getting back.